NUS Savings. We find out the extra facts on the Extra Card.
Tuition fees. Are you getting your money's worth?
Need a job? We tell you how to find one.
Hi there and welcome to the University of Surrey Student News, the news programme that has an all-time high, beneficial to everyone and is constantly recruiting, which is not the same as the British economy.
I'm M.A.D.news.
And I'm Mike Fraser.
And we are University of Surrey Student News. Our first story concerns the NUS Extra Cards and whether they are really helping you save your hard-earned
cash,
dosh,
monies,
dollar,
yen,
yes,
cha-ching.
Yeah. Anyway, we've sent our friendly, fluffy Adam Hurd to investigate more on these extra cards to see if they're really worth it. Over to you, Adam.
NUS has traditionally delivered on the discounts. From clothes, to food, to music, to driving lessons, the list goes on. And it's a discount free of charge. But nowadays, is it worth paying £10 for the privileges of the NUS Extra Card? And where exactly does that money go?
So let's start with the good news. If you shop regularly at any of the stores involved with NUS, then you'll make that £10 back in no time, and then you'll start saving a bundle. It's also safe and easy to get a hold of one of these cards. You can order them online at the NUS website, or get them here directly from the Students' Union.
Despite this though, not many people at Surrey have the Extra Card. Though last year, in a referendum concerning whether Surrey should keep NUS, students voted over 70% in favour. Only 1,041 students at Surrey actually have bought into NUS Extra. It's clearly not that popular. Plus, HMV, a popular discount, has now left the scheme. Maybe this is because students don't really know about it. Or maybe it's because the shops don't seem to really know about it and often you can get a discount with your regular card anyway. Perhaps it's because NUS discounts used to be free and we don't like the idea of now paying for them. Which raises the question, why do we pay? And where does the money go?
Well, £4 goes to our very own Students' Union. That's anything from chancellors to fuel for the minibuses. £1 goes to NUS campaigns where they'll represent student interests nationally. The remaining £5 goes to the production of the card, however much that costs, and customer services. So basically it's a donation to help out the NUS and Surrey Students' Union itself. But it's a donation that comes with the benefits of saving you oodles of cash through the discount scheme. To pay or not to pay then, that is the question, and the answer is completely up to you. After all, you might not appreciate what the NUS or the Students' Union does with your money. And at the end of the day, you can still get a lot of student discounts from stores in town with or without NUS Extra, so you can still cash in on being a student. M.A.D. Mind has dug into its pockets, forked out the cash, and got 10% off its next batch of deliberately cheesy one-liners. This is Adam Hurd reporting for USSN. As you were.
Thanks, Adam. I was speaking to the union staff earlier and it seems that some students have paid for their card and not collected it. If you're one of these students, make sure you get down to the union offices and pick it up as quick as possible. Yaz, have you got an extra card?
No, Mike. Do you?
No, I use my face to get great discounts. Anyway, talking of ice cream, M.A.D. would like to point out the new Ben & Jerry's machines dotted around campus at strategic locations. From initial observations, it appears the ice cream tubs will set you back a whole £2.50. In my opinion, a bit pricey, but fantastic for chilling out after a particularly heavy lecture.
Talking of lectures, we now go to Caroline Brogan out on the campus for her report on tuition fees and where your money goes.
Thanks, Mike and Yasna. Hi, I'm here today to talk to you about tuition fees and some of the issues surrounding them. As you may be aware, we students at Surrey pay the maximum amount of tuition fees, like with most other unis. That's £3,225. However, there's currently speculation as to whether good old Gordon Brown will raise the cap to £5,000. That's a difference of £1,775. While this change will not affect current students, it will be a massive issue for students in the future. I'm here to find out why. I've been speaking to Nick Entwistle, VP for Education. Thanks for joining us, Nick. So, what is the money we pay at the moment being spent on?
Well, currently your tuition fees are spent on a range of things, from the tuition in your own department to central services like the library on things like the maintenance of the estate's facilities, and some of it also goes towards funding scholarships and bursaries.
So if the cap is lifted, does this mean the uni will increase its fees?
I think it's currently consensus, both among universities and student unions and other people who work in the sector, that universities and the sector as a whole is underfunded. I don't think that's up for dispute. I think universities do need more money. It's up for the management of this university and for other universities to decide where the money should come from or how much they would want to charge students. But I would challenge the idea that it is up for students to fill that funding gap. Graduates are crucial for the development of the economy, and given that, I think we really should be looking to both government and for business to look to fill that gap in the funding that we have at the moment.
Given that an increase in fees won't affect current students, why is it relevant to us?
Higher education really needs some sustainable funding, a good long-term plan. I think we've had enough of politicians looking to give us short-term fixes that will win them elections. We need an education that's open for everyone, that helps improve the economy of this country, and is open to everyone based on their ability and not their ability to pay.
And there you have it. While the government have their debates about raising the cap, we hope that in the meantime we've provided you with valuable insight into the complexity of tuition fees and the difficulties which need to be overcome in order to satisfy everyone involved. I've been Caroline Brogan reporting to you from M.A.D. TV. Back to you in the studio.
Spiffing! Thanks for that, Caroline. I must say, that report did settle my mind about where all my dollars, money...
No! Anyway.
Yes, anyway, well, after having exhausted your bank accounts from paying this tuition fee, it's safe to say that the university does spoil us with free and frolic events. A wondrous example of this is the recent university fireworks event that commenced on the 12th of November. We do pray and wish that this exciting display put a spin on your usual Thursday night. Our next report is regarding how students are struggling to find work in Guildford. We will now be going over to Mike Willis to find out more.
Hi there. So why can no one get a job at the minute? Is it because there are no jobs available in Guildford? Is it because you're not actually looking for them? Or is it just because Surrey students don't have the employability factor? Why do you need a job? With Christmas coming up, some of you will just want to boost your savings, some of you will get a job just to pay the rent, and most of you will get a job so you can afford that extra drink on a night out. Let's go and have a look and see if there's a job available on campus. I'm currently stood outside Blue Arrow, which is a temp agency based right here on campus, located between Rubik's and Starbucks. For those of you looking to get a job on campus at somewhere like Waite's House or the Living Room, this would be the place to come. However, I'm afraid to say that most of the jobs are taken. But Christmas is coming up, which means more jobs. So maybe try handing your CV in here and see how you get on. It's obvious there aren't that many jobs going on campus, so I think we should go into town and see how we get on there. So, I can quite confidently tell you there are jobs available in town. I've spoken to people from the Job Centre in Blue Arrow and they've given me 2 bits of advice to give to you. The first bit of advice, keep your CV updated and perhaps create different versions of it to give to different employers. This way you can put in the different key skills that they'll be looking for. The second bit of advice, be proactive. Maybe spend half a day walking around town handing your CVs in. Nikki from Blue Arrow says that those of you that are proactive are generally more likely to get a job. I've been Mike reporting for M.A.D. TV. Back to you guys in the studio.
Cheers, Mike. I know there are many students out there searching for jobs, so hopefully that last report will point you in the right direction. In other news, on the 24th of November, the first Student Parliament of the Year will be held in Rubik's at 6 o'clock. This is the perfect opportunity to grill and question ideas put forward by your fellow students and the decisions made by the Executive Committee.
Now for the sports results. Well, that's all we have time for. Tune in 2 weeks' time for the next broadcast from the University of Surrey Student News. Until then, I've been Yasmin Mustafi.
And I've been Mike Fraser. Goodbye!
You have been watching University of Surrey Student News. If you have news for us to report, want your opinions heard, or to get involved with MAD TV, then email us on mad_tv@live.co.uk.